Radical Radio Collective.
4ZZZ. Good afternoon, listeners. You're tuned into 4ZZZ 102.1 FM. This is Eco Radio, Australia's longest running peace and environment radio show.
Maybe.
Probably. We're taking over your middle of the day, middle of the week, middle of the month airwaves.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah. My name is Dave. My pronouns are he, him.
My name is Zack. My pronouns are he, they.
And I want to start off by acknowledging and paying my respects to the custodians on the country in which we broadcast. We're located in the city Mungangin on Turley, Yugger and Yugaba land. I also want to acknowledge and pay my respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are listening in today. Our radio waves reach Cubby Cubby and Jinabara country in the north, Waka Waka country in the west. In the east, we pay our respects to the Quandamooka people, and down south we reach the Commonwealth, Nigaragwal, Manjali, Wanjerabara and Yugambeh countries, and Bunjalung countries. There is no Crown land. Thank you to No Idea. What a massive show that was. Almost 30 subscribers. That's insane.
Crazy.
Yeah. Let's keep that passion running because we've got a jam-packed show for you today. We've got Radiothon, and it's going to be talking about a few of the people and organisations that we have amplified over the years. But first... Wow, we just got a subscriber. Thank you, subscriber. We're going to play a koala call every time we get a subscriber. So here we go. Here's the first one. It's great.
Oh, it makes me so uncomfortable.
It reminds me of the 90s call that everyone used to do. Every time we see the subscriber light, I'll play my favourite mating call, the call of the koala, and hopefully that will get some love from the subscribers for that. But today we are talking to Gurridyula, the leader of the Wangan and Jagalingou ceremony, Wadanungu, that is going strong. It's reoccupying their land next to the Adani Bravus coal mine. Then we'll be talking to Emma Kate from Food Connect Shed. That's a great organisation that just brings so many local communities together. There's another subscriber. Thank you very much, subscriber. Hopefully you get that koala love. And finally, we'll be talking to Ellen Roberts, the National Coordinator for Lock the Gate, to talk about what's new in their campaigns to get the country off of fossil fuels. So if you think that sounds like a great time, then stick around. And while you're here, you can subscribe to 4ZZZ, become part of the 4ZZZ family. You just go to 4zzz.org.au/support. Every hour costs about $85. So yeah, we need your love. We need your koala love.
The Long Sunset Festival is back. After a sellout 2024, catch Boy and Bear, Vera Blue, Greta Ray, The Boys, Jem Casadale, Play Lunch, and so many more. Over an epic weekend of live music and entertainment. Just over an hour from Brisbane. Don't miss out. Head to qldmusictrails.com for tickets. Presented by Queensland Music Trails and the Queensland Government. Proud sponsor of 4ZZZ.
On the line right now is Gurridyula. Hey, how are you doing?
Everyone. Hey, how you doing, brother?
Good. So it's now been 1,449 days out reoccupying the land. How's everything going?
It's good, brother. You know, we've still got some fires burning. We've got one, if people don't know where it is, it's on the Adani Bravus Carmichael coal mine. And our family have been fighting against this company for about 13 years because we're the custodians of Dungabula Springs, which Dungabula means place of many waters. So our family is entrusted to look after this spring, and we've said no against this mine since the start. And so, you know, we've been camped out on the mining lease, on the northern section of the mining lease, which is now all called Wadanungu. So the whole mining lease is now encompassed as Wadanungu. And, you know, we've had a fire going since the 26th of August, 2021. And we've still got it going. It's still cranking. And, you know, it serves as a friendly reminder. And it also, as our ceremony because it gives us life. It lets us know that we're still there and that we're still alive. But it also gives a message to the people and the workers that there's always someone home, because the fire is the oldest symbol of occupation. We've been continuing to occupy it now for 1,449 days, and under the Section 28 of the Queensland Human Rights, we have every right to practice culture and to not be forcefully assimilated, to not say we have to give up our trees that have our old people's placentas in there, and now our next generation have their placentas in the trees to connect them into that area. So we're holding it down, and we're saving these 800 plus year old box trees in here, but also trying to stop them from digging into the aquifers to drain Dungulbula Springs.
Yeah, protecting and continuing the culture.
That's it, and that's one thing that's stopping progress, and they've always said you can't stop progress. Well, I've managed to chuck a spanner in the works and go, well, sorry, you can't progress through here because there's a ceremony going on. And because of the Human Rights Act in 2019, it affords us that right to say, no, you can't destroy this, because you can't limit my right and my family clan group's right for an economic benefit.
Yeah. At the end of August, you're going to be coming up to the 4-year reoccupation anniversary. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's almost like I did an apprenticeship, you know what I mean? Like 4 years.
Yeah.
Like I did another apprenticeship, because I've done a mechanic apprenticeship at Holden at Springwood.
Yeah, right.
And, and I feel like, I've become a professional in going back onto country now, and I feel like that now I can train and help other mobs in Queensland to help do the same thing to get them back on country as well, So 4 years coming up, and, it's called Narayana, which means always here.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been doing. We've been always here, because the fires have just continued to burn.
Yeah, and recently the Supreme Court of Queensland has ruled in your favour that you can continue your case in protecting Dungulbula Springs.
Yeah, so they basically said that that we have a right to have our protection of Dungulbula Springs. There's still the state is still trying to get it struck out. The Attorney General is trying to step in to get it struck out now.
Yep.
To say that, oh no, we're using the Human Rights Act wrong.
Yeah, right.
But it's not up to them to decide on how our rights are, and what we say is our rights to protection of things that have been untouched for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years old. This water, Dave, that comes out of this spring.
Yeah.
And they've tested it through radioisotopes, which a man named Matthew Currell, which is a leading hydrologist in Australia, he's figured out how to test groundwater and the age. And so this data now is being used by the government, but they won't accept the data about Adani's mine because they gave them approval without any baseline data being done, brother.
Yeah, right. So they're accepting the process, but not the results.
Well, no, the judge is accepting the process, but the state's not accepting the process.
Ah, right.
You see, so the state is against us, but they wrote their own laws themselves, Dave.
Yeah.
We're merely just using their own laws against them to save country.
Yeah, right.
And they just don't like it that we're going to win and the judges in our favour. But they're trying to get this struck out because the judge doesn't want to drag this on because he's liable to the Human Rights Act as well because he's a government employee.
Yeah. It is reminiscent of Mabo case.
It's a Mabo 2.0, you know.
Yeah.
And it's going to prove land rights in this country for custodianship. And so there's many Aboriginal people in this country, but there's only so few custodians.
Yeah, right.
And the custodians are the ones that defend springs, the ones that defend sacred sites.
Well, I've been up to Wadanungu, and so has Andy Payne from 4ZZZ. Now the BBC are writing about your fight. How important has 4ZZZ been in getting your voice heard?
Oh man, apart from 4ZZZ, no one else plays my music except for another community radio station down in Melbourne.
Oh yeah,
where Uncle Robbie Thorpe is at 3CR down there. That's the only you guys are the only ones that like get the message out there, and mainstream media won't take any of my music, and so like just being from a community base, like my music is not tasteful for the music industry, but it brings a message.
Yeah,
but they don't like my message because my message empowers people. It doesn't just try to talk about and talk around situations without trying to physically empower someone, because words have meaning, Dave, and words activate things inside of your own self because they're vibrations.
Yeah.
So if I can then write into words, into lyrics that people will then sing, and they will then invoke those things inside of themselves. That's what they don't want, because I've understood and I've learnt their language, and I've now understood spells, because I can spell, Dave. I can spell English.
Yeah, you're very good at it.
Yeah, and so I've figured it out, you know what I mean? And so it's like, well, they're going like, well, this bloke knows what he's talking about, so we're not going to play any of his music. So shout out to 4ZZZ for being able to play my music,
Yeah, no one tells us what we can't play, and we're big fans of Gurridyula's songs,
Yeah, it's all about getting the message out there. And it's, most of it's all empowering, encouraging messaging.
Well, I've got some vibrations here. We've been getting subscribers during our chat, Gurridyula, which is mostly thanks to you. And I just want to send some vibrations out there for the listeners. This is a koala call that appreciates the love that people have. There we go. That's for everyone that just subscribed. All right. Thanks very much, Gurridyula, for talking to us.
No worries. Have a good day.
See you, mate.
4ZZZ. Thank you.
The most common turtle in Meanjin's brown snake is the Hemidura Macquarie signata, also known as the short-necked turtle. They've got an average life expectancy of 50 years, meaning that 4ZZZ has now outlived the turtles that inhabited the river when we first started. Help us outlive the next generation of turtles by heading to 4zzz.org.au and subscribing.
It's our extra special 50th birthday Radiothon. What are you waiting for? Head to 4zzz.org.au and subscribe. You might even win a prize.
They tried to bury me. They didn't realize I was a seed.
You're listening to Eco Radio, the radio of the future. The future.
You are listening to Eco Radio, the radio of the future. Thank you, small child. Back in the saddle.
We got it.
It's trickier than it looks like, all right, everyone? If you'd like to subscribe to 4ZZZ, it is Radiothon, which is the perfect time to subscribe and keep this station going. It costs $85 an hour to keep the airwaves producing, non-sponsored content. Non-biased. Well, I've got my own biases.
Yeah.
Zack notoriously hates the ocean. That's a bias.
I loathe the ocean.
But no one tells us what to cover here on Eco Radio. No one tells us what we can't say, what we can say. This is all people-powered, community thrust in your ears 50 years. Way better than 8 on a plate. This is 50 years in your ears.
It's 8 on a plate.
That was the state of origin where Queensland won eight series in a row. That's 8 on a plate.
Okay. Yeah, at 50 years in your ears is a much better slogan than that.
Yeah. Or 4ZZZ in your head.
When was that one used?
That's what they use now. That's what they're using now, yeah.
There you go. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, yeah, 50 years in your ears, right in your ear canals, like a little brainworm that gets in there and won't let go. And you can be one of the 4ZZZ lovers because, that is the first step to becoming a volunteer, is becoming a subscriber. When I was a kid, though, I never knew about 4ZZZ, which is unfortunate because, like, I'm a big fan of the music we play and the alternative views, but I never knew about it when I was a kid, even though I went to the same school that the Saints went to.
Oh.
Yeah. And I never knew about the Saints back then either.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I suppose that's more on the school than you.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I didn't listen as well, so that probably helps. Mel, Monica, Lachlan, Simon, Kai, Mark, Gary, twice, 2 Garys, Zachariah, Bruce, Michaela, Toby. So many people are just loving 4ZZZ at the moment.
And if you would like to love 4ZZZ too, you can head over to 4ZZZ.org.au/support. You can subscribe for as little as $25 for an under 18-year-old or a pet. Or you can be passionate, $140 for that one, or a super sub where you get all of the lights on in the studio and in the whole building.
And you get to hear that wonderful koala mating call again.
And there's some really cool prizes this month as well. During Radiothon, I should say. There's a 5-star Cinemas Golden ticket. There is a year of beer with the Felons Hall
Felons.
Brewing.
Also for us sober people, there's a year of non-alcoholic beer from Sober, a Indigenous-run organisation down on the Gold Coast there.
And there's also a Tangalooma resort package or something along those lines. So there's a heap of other things as well, so you can check those out on the website when you subscribe, but there'd be something for everyone in there.
Yeah. I do think the main reason to subscribe is to support independent media, though. We are people-powered. We news that isn't limited. We are here to amplify the voices of our community as much as we can.
Are you under 18 or do you happen to be a pet? Then for just $25, you can subscribe to 4ZZZ this Radiothon and enter the running for some cool prizes. If you're a young human, then you could win an electric guitar pack from Woods Music, which comes with everything you need to start shredding guitar solos. If you're a pet, then your prize is a Cube 20 aquarium from Atlas Aquariums in Nunda, plus a $100 voucher to get yourself some pet fish too. Just head to 4ZZZ.org.au and subscribe.
Everything's connected. Everything is connected.
Thank you, woman.
Jesus.
I didn't mean you. I meant this.
I didn't even take it.
We're on the line with Ellen from the National Coordinator for Lock the Gate. Ellen Roberts, thank you for joining us.
No worries. Thanks for being
So last month, a little bit of an update on what Lock the Gate is doing. Last month, the Coal Watch initiative was launched by Lock the Gate and the Queensland Conservation Council. Can you tell us a bit about Coal Watch?
Yeah, well, we just wanted to alert people in our great state to just the scale of what the coal industry is proposing in terms of expansions. It's billions of tonnes of new coal that they want to dig out of the ground, which has huge implications for our climate. BHP is one of the main culprits here with 3 massive expansions. Mm-hmm. So they want to keep mining coal out to the 2100s. We have a massive problem on our hands in Queensland with just how big the coal industry wants to get. So we were keen to just talk to people about, what is it's similar in the gas industry, but Coal Watch event is really just about talking about the scale of coal and the coal expansion right here in Queensland.
Yeah, and people are able to see the mines on the Google map and see how large they are, how much area they consume.
That's right.
Yeah, it's really interesting way to, communicate how destructive these coal mines can be.
That's right, because, like the sort of environmental approvals process can be very piecemeal. These things all happen like one after the other, and really what never happens is a consideration of what, the cumulative effects of this super destructive industry are. These companies get away with slicing and dicing their projects, and so we just wanted to show, the massive scale of like all these coal expansions. As I said, there's some really big global players in there that are putting a shit ton of money into continuing to pump out coal in Queensland, even though we all know that that's not what should be happening. It's definitely the wrong direction for us to be going in.
Yeah, and Lock the Gate has been fighting for that, for anti-fossil fuels rights since 2010. What have some of the high points been for Lock the Gate in that 15 years?
Well, I mean, we started here in Queensland with the fight against coal seam gas, west of Brisbane. And I think as your listeners would probably know that, we have a lot of onshore coal seam gas. In Queensland, we've got 10,000 coal seam gas wells currently operating, most of those just within a short drive from Brisbane. So it is a huge industry. That's the downside. But, there was a really valiant push from a whole bunch of people around that time. And I think there was kind of a lot of scrutiny and oversight over the coal seam gas industry. And then what we saw was Northern Rivers with pioneering what we call the gas field free strategy, which is, it's collective community power that's able to push back against these projects. The kind of legal framework is completely inadequate. And so what needs to happen is communities who are directly impacted, what we've seen when they come together, what we do, what we saw was so successful in the Northern Rivers, go to a community, survey your neighbours, ask them whether they want coal seam gas in the area. Usually more than 90% of people don't. Make a declaration that this area is gas field free. It doesn't have any sort of formal legal power, but you're sending a massive signal to the company and to the government that, this is not going to happen here. You're going to fight. And then we saw licences get cancelled in Northern Rivers after the massive Bentley blockade. Other licences cancelled throughout New South Wales. Victoria, they did that as well. Communities came together and said they were going to resist expansion of gas fields. That's now completely gas field free as well. Western Australia, there's huge areas of Australia that have been declared, forever gas field free because of the work of those communities coming together and standing up. So it's a huge success story and just a testament. It's not easy. I don't want to pretend that if you're facing a coal seam gas company coming to your door and trying to get gas fields on your land, it's not easy to stand up. But if you stand with your neighbours and do it collectively and then stand with other communities, it's extremely powerful.
Yeah, I am a big fan of when I go into farmlands and, you're driving around and you see that yellow Lock the Gate triangle on the fence. That gives me a warm inner glow.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's a call to civil disobedience is what it is, and it talks about the power of collective action. And I think we've seen we've just seen the power of that historically. Yeah,
well, we really appreciate everything Lock the Gate has done in those years. But what role do you think 4ZZZ has played in some of those campaigns?
I think community radio is obviously just such an important source of just information. It is really hard, particularly in Queensland. Australia obviously has super concentrated media ownership, and and I think that's particularly acute in Queensland. So there's just like the need to actually like get the information out there, when there's often no other channels. But I also think that community radio has that additional, it just like, it creates a sense of, like, as I said before about Lock the Gate, it's about people coming together and acting collectively. And I think community radio very does that, through events, through radiothons, it does create that sense of like, we're all in this together kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even just the station itself, people coming and meeting each other and like being a part of it. So I think it's like, obviously media is about getting the word out there, but I think what community radio does and shows like yours is like really create that sense of that there is a movement, that people are standing with each other and supporting each other and taking action together.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think 4ZZZ especially does a great job of bringing communities together. Thanks so much, Ellen, for joining us. I really enjoyed the chat. How can people find out a bit more about Lock the Gate if they don't already know?
Well, you can go on our website, lockthegate.org.au, and you'll see a link there to the Queensland Coal Watch website. That was mentioned at the start of this interview, and you can volunteer. There's like heaps of info on our website about how to get involved. We're going to be doing an action at Origin's offices in a couple of weeks. They've got a massive coal seam gas expansion for Queensland and another 4,500 wells that they want to drill here, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, all that info is online, and encourage your listeners to get in touch with us and get involved.
All right, fantastic. Thanks so much, Ellen.
Subscribe this Radiothon and you could win a 5-star cinemas golden ticket, which lets you and a friend see as many movies as you can for 12 months at any 5-star cinema. The West End Electric VIP package. 4 tickets to 3 shows and have VIP experience with complimentary bubble and platter. A Brisbane Festival Tivoli in the round golden ticket. Tickets you and 3 friends to every in the round show, plus a $500 bar tab. Head to 4ZZZ.org.au and subscribe.
It is Radiothon. So if you want to support community radio, support 4ZZZ, you can have it over 4ZZZ.org.au/support. I will admit, before I started coming to like the 4ZZZ, like volunteering here at 4ZZZ, I didn't really believe that much, I suppose, in like this idea of community and whatnot. But
really?
Yeah. After being here for like a year and a half now, I can well and truly say that this place is special. Community is important. So if you want to make sure that the or like help in the station staying on the air, I believe it costs $85 an hour for us to keep broadcasting our radio waves. Yeah, please do consider subscribing.
Yeah.
And you also like if you're to be a passionate subscriber, for example, this month you get a cool limited edition tote bag and t-shirt as well. Great
design this year. I mean, it's always a great design, but I really like it this year. And a big thank you to Edgar, Therese, Frankie, Stephen, Peter, Dom, Aaron, so many people. And we just got another one. There we go. Yeah, I've been messing up a lot of this radio. I think I've got the jitters from so much Radiothon.
So excited.
Warm in a glow. It's making me skittish. But yeah, if I really enjoy the community. So you were talking about you didn't believe in community. This is like a nexus point for like a whole bunch of different progressive communities in Queensland. It's just, it all gets funneled through here, through 4ZZZ, usually with musical genres, because, different communities will like different genres, but there's a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I can't believe we play jazz, country, and industrial like goth metal. Yeah, it's just the range is just insane, and I'm a big fan of this place. get to 4zzz.org.au/support, and you can be a supporter like Noah, who just subscribed. Thank you, Noah.
Thank you, Princess.
Big thank you to everyone who's listened in today. We're going to finish off with a environmental wrap-up that we've been doing for a while here on the show, called the Bushcare Roundup. It's one of my favourite things to do because it lets everyone know how they can help country and keep the peace around southeast Queensland. This is the Bushcare Roundup.
It's a Bushcare Roundup. They've been pulling out weeds and then they put in trees. It's the Bushcare Roundup.
All right, kicking off the Bushcare Roundup this Saturday, the 16th at 8 o'clock. You can go to a Bushcare Working Bee at Ian Page Park in Carina. At 10 o'clock, you can go to a tree planting day. That's at 7 Turley Street in Ipswich. And at 2 o'clock, you can go to the Arnwood Place Bushcare Working Bee. That's Arnwood Street Park in Annerley.
On Sunday the 17th at 8 a.m, there is the Harman's Reserve Working Bee. That one's at Harman's Park in Manly. At 2 p.m, there is the Bushcare and Beer. That one is at the Oxley Creek Common. At 2:30, there is the Moolabin Rewilding. That one is at the Maruka Lions Bicentennial Picnic Ground. And then at 3 p.m, there is a Working Bee at Eva Street Park in Cooperoo.
And next Tuesday at 8:30 a.m, you can go to the Dunn Road Bushcare Working Bee. That's 159 Dunn Road in Rocklea. And there's also the Talkin' Bushwalk and Bushwalk. So go to the socials for Talkin' Bushwalking and find out about that. That's going to be a great day. Linda will weave you in and out of trails and watching all the plants and birds and hopefully lace monitors.
Hey, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Thanks so much everyone for listening to us today. We did interview Gurridyula about the work he does reoccupying his land, his people's land, on the Adani Bravus coal mine, and we did talk to Ellen Roberts from Lock the Gate about new campaigns, Coal Watch, and they're going to be having a rally in a couple of weeks, so get raring for that. I've been Dave here on 4ZZZ.
I've been Zack.
And this is Eco Radio.